Alrighty, guys, so it's about 10:20 on the East Coast right now, and the markets are pretty much all over the place. We have the Dow Jones down 0.7%, the S&P's down 0.2%, we have the NASDAQ up 0.4%, as the Russell's also up about 0.2%, and we have the VIX up 0.8%, and gold and silver, both of those are up as well. Gold's up 1.5, and we have silver up 1.7%. So you guys know the deal. In this video, we're going to break down the markets, what's going on this morning, stocks I'm looking at, earnings reports, what I'm looking to buy today, and kind of where my head is at in general. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo. If you haven't done so already, use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get up to 5 free shares of stock, each up to $3,500. And get this, if you deposit at least $2,000, you also, on top of the other 5 stocks, you get a free share of Twitter guaranteed. So with that being said, guys, let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on. And quite frankly, even though we are down on the Dow, the S&P is also down a little bit today. It looks like the bulls are gaining steam so far throughout the day. Considering in the pre-market, we hit 385, which now we're at 391. We are up about 1.5% off of that pre-market low, which the funny thing is, guys, if I pull up the 4-hour chart, the low from earlier this month, well, I guess it was just a week ago, exactly a week ago, was 385. So notice how we hit 385 this morning, and 385 was the low from a week ago. So could this be a double bottom? It's way too early to tell, but that's kind of what I'm keeping my eyes on. Are we going to see a double bottom, followed by a breakout here, or are we going to see this descending triangle play out, which, let's be honest, guys, if I erase this, remove drawing, what we're noticing is, yes, a double bottom, but also a descending triangle, which essentially means, okay, if we end up breaking under 385, we get that huge leg down to wherever it goes, 375, 370, that would be the descending triangle playing out. But clearly, we're not falling under 385 quite yet. We're fighting. Bulls are, coming in and pushing it above 390. Let's see how this plays out. But as of now, that's what I'm noticing, right? Potential double bottom, but again, a descending triangle as well. And let's see if we're seeing that on triple Q. We're seeing that same thing playing out here on triple Q. We have a descending triangle right here. Boom. That's forming, which, mind you, that's a bearish pattern, guys. And we also have the double bottom on triple Q at about 284. Notice how we hit 284 a week ago, and this morning, voila, we hit about 284, 285. So this is going to be critical to watch. But as of now, guys, look, we are trading at an intraday high on triple Q. Bulls are looking like they are in charge so far with only, as we're only an hour into the session. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And SPY as well. The intraday, we just took out an intraday high. We hit 392 almost just about 10, 15 minutes ago, or literally actually 5 minutes ago. So let's see how it plays out. What do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to smash that like button if you like the content and you want to help me out in the YouTube algorithm. I do appreciate you guys as always. And typically I make these morning videos for my Patreon members, but for today, I figured let me upload it here. Why not? And if you guys do want to check out my Patreon, you not only get these morning videos, but you also get my real-time buys, sells, call outs, what I'm doing, option moves I'm making, selling, buying, literally everything I do, trading, long-term, I post on Patreon in real time. So check it out down below if you guys do want to join that. And with that being said, let's talk about some stocks. I am eyeing up some stocks now that I do want to add more into. And now that the markets, wow, look at that, turn of events. Everything is red now. We went from the NASDAQ being up roughly 0.5%. Now it's red. The Russell's now red. The Dow's down over 1%. So honestly, I want this red to continue, quite frankly, because I want to buy some more stocks. I want to buy stocks at cheaper and lower valuations. So let's go over that in a second. But first, we got to talk about BJ's because they reported earnings this morning and the stock is ripping. The stock's up 8.4%. And if I pull up the intraday chart, you can see We were at $50 when that earnings report came out. Now we're at $58. So pretty big move off that pre-market low. You guys can see here BJ's Wholesale Club did Q1 EPS of 87 cents versus 71 cents. Estimated sales of $4.4 billion versus $4.24 billion. So nice double beat for BJ's there. Let's see what else they're doing in terms of guidance. If they even, it looks like, oh, there we go. They reaffirmed full-year EPS guidance, which is good. They didn't cut the guidance. They didn't raise the guidance, which obviously raising it would have been even better. They reaffirmed it, which in this market, that's all you really need for a stock to pop because we're in crazy times, inflationary times, supply chain issues. We saw what happened with Target, Walmart, and the fact that BJ's is like, yeah, we're reaffirming our guidance. We're doing pretty well, double beat. The stock's being rewarded for that. Let's see what else is going on here. Q1 membership fee income increased by roughly 12% to $96.6 million year over year. That's pretty good right there, 11.9% increase. Looks like comparable club sales, excluding gasoline sales, increased 4.1% year over year, and the revenue in general in Q1 rose by 16%, and that's boosted obviously by gasoline sales. So I'd say a pretty nice quarter here for BJ's Wholesale Club, ticker symbol BJ. You guys can see on the 4-hour, if I pull up this and maybe clear the drawing set. Actually, let's go to the 3-year chart and see what's going on. Look at that. Beautiful uptrend on the 3-year chart. Probably on the 1-year as well. Let's take a look on the 1-year. Yeah, looks like nice uptrend on the 1-year as well. And look, are we in this a channel here? Maybe, potentially. Let's see here. Yeah, kind of, right? We're trading in this uptrending channel right now, and with the stock being now in the mid-high 50s, up 8% on the day roughly, we're back in that channel, which is solid. So I personally believe, guys, there could be more upside here, especially if we start cracking above $60 a share. So I'm going to put my alert. $60, mark is at or above. I'll be patient. And when did BJ's go public? Because here on the max chart, it only goes back to 2018. Did they go public in 2018? Really? I don't even know. Honestly, guys, I don't know. But that's besides the point of the video. That doesn't really matter. But I looked at the max chart really quick, and I'm like, wait a second. 2018 is when they went? Anyway, let me know in the comments, guys, if that's real or if ThinkOrSwim is making a mistake, or maybe they did go public in 2018. I don't know. The next one I'm looking at is Applied Materials, which AMAT is one that's reporting later today. So we have this one after the bell on the 19th, which again is today. Just double checking, guys. And they are reporting a much anticipated quarter. Let's put it that way, because we all know companies like Applied Materials, they've been going through it, supply chain crisis, and the stock has been selling off like crazy since the last earnings report. It is down roughly, how much? 25%. And overall, it's down 35% from the high prior to the previous earnings report, which was at around $168 per share. So at this point, for Applied Materials, guys, I have my alert at 147. That's obviously from weeks ago, so I'm just going to X that one out because we're nowhere near that point. And I'm going to put my alert at $120 a share, okay? And that's right above these moving averages. Listen, I'm not touching this stock right now as a short-term trade, or any other stock that's in a downtrend as a short-term trade, until we start to see a full-on reversal, or unless it's to the point where it's extremely oversold within the downtrend, and I just want to play a short bounce back, which is kind of what I did on Adobe and VOO recently, which I made money on. You guys on my Patreon know that, right? I played that. It was an oversold play, got out on a quick little rebound, and I did that on VOO as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking at to do on Applied Materials with earnings coming up. We'll see how those earnings end up looking. And remember what I said 2-3 minutes ago? I want these markets to come down more because I want to buy more Facebook. Heck, I might even buy more Facebook here at 193 or 190. Originally, I think I mentioned this on YouTube yesterday or maybe the day before. I've been thinking I want to get more Facebook if it falls under 190. And I know patience is key, but sometimes I'm like, screw it. Let me just buy more now. And if it goes under 190, I'll buy even more. I haven't bought more yet, but, I'm kind of getting antsy here. It's been dancing around 185, 190 for pretty much this whole month. I mean, if you guys take a look on the 10-day, you guys can see 185, 190, 195, 200. It's been bouncing around. So I want this under 190 again, preferably under 180. That'd be great again. And I'm just going to be buying more. For me, Facebook, it's just way too cheap right now. Way too cheap. We could go all day on this. We could run models. We can look at the ratios. We can look at the balance sheet. We can look at the revenue growth, profitability, gross margin, operating margin. We could go all day. Cash flow. We could just go all day. We don't have time for that, but I'm just telling you, in my opinion at least, Facebook is a solid buy right now, in my opinion. And I've been putting my money where my mouth is, guys, and by no means am I telling you what to do. But for me, out of big tech right now, the two best deals right now, in my opinion, no doubt about it, Facebook and Google, in my opinion. And honestly, Facebook's probably cheaper than Google. I think it is. But I still like Google more. But, those are the two best right now, in my opinion. So I'm going to be buying more Facebook 100%. And when it comes to, other buys I'm looking to make, Google's on the list, but I'm not pulling the trigger yet because it's still in the 2250, 2300, 2350 range, which last time I added more to my position, which was probably about a week, 10 days ago. I forget exactly what day it was. But last time I did buy was in this range, 2250, 2300. And we've been in this range for a good almost month at this point. So I don't want to force, not force, that's not the right word, but I don't want to rush into another buy until we get another leg down, if we even do get another leg down. If we get a push down to 21, 2150, 2000, 2050, that's where I'm looking to back the truck up with my next purchase, right? So until then, I'm going to be patient on Google, and we're going to watch what these markets do, guys, because in the short term, this thing is a freaking roller coaster. I do have a lot of cash on the sidelines, waiting to pick up. I'm kind of thinking of what my next trade is going to be. I'm looking at VOO here. If this thing does go to 350, maybe it gets way oversold again, I might go right back into VOO, pick up some short-term shares, as I did do that recently. I bought them at 368, sold them at 374. Now we're at 358. We're getting oversold again. So I'm looking to pick up some VOO potentially as a short-term play. And just to quickly go over my watch list before we wrap the video up, guys, currently there's a lot of green in my watch list. Look at what's going on here. We have Shopify up 9%. Mercado Libre 8.5%, Coinbase up 8%. It's a lot of these smaller cap, higher growth companies, right? Airbnb's up 3.4, which Airbnb's one that I'm watching at the bottom of this channel here on the 4 hour. If we get buyers in around 115, 120, there could be a nice push. We got to be patient and see if that ends up playing out. We have companies like Amazon up 2% today. Nvidia's up 2.3. What's Google up? I just had Google up. I didn't look at what it was up. Barely up 0.1%. Apple's up what? Actually, no, Apple's down. Look at that. Apple's in the under 140s. Wow. So this is key. We'll end the video right here. Apple at 138, guys. This is now at the lows from the beginning of October. This is very critical. If Apple is able to break under these lows, or if that happens, under 138, there's going to be a big push to the downside, most likely. Maybe not a huge push, but on the downside, we're noticing the next gap to fill is around 128 to about 130, which was that high, it looks like, from about a year ago. That's the next gap that I have here. So let's see how it plays out. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. And don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo, up to 5 free shares of stock, each up to $3,500 with a $100 deposit. And if you deposit at least $2,000, you also get a free share of Twitter, guaranteed. Use that link down below. Make sure to also check out my Patreon if you want, and also get your 5 stocks free from Webull. All of that is linked down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.